The text from Uncle Jake glowed on my phone. "Come stay the weekend, Lisa's out of town." I chewed my lip. Aunt Lisa was his third wife, closer to my age 22 than his 47. Their marriage was unconventional. She traveled often for spiritual retreats, leaving Jake alone in their too-big house. "Sure," I typed back. "Need help fixing the porch?" He'd mentioned rotten wood last month, a safe excuse. But as I packed my bag, I tucked in the black lace lingerie I'd never worn. Just in case, I lied to myself. Jake greeted me in sweatpants and a grin, his salt and pepper chest hair peeking through his half-buttoned shirt. He smelled like sawdust and bourbon. "You're late," he teased, pulling me into a hug that lingered just a second too long. I laughed, stepping back. Traffic. The house was quiet. No TV, no music, just the hum of the fridge and the creak of floorboards under my sneakers. "Guest room's ready," he said, grabbing my bag. "But first, beer." I nodded, following him to the kitchen. His sweatpants hung low, revealing the waistband of his boxers. "Stop looking," I scolded myself. Over burgers, Jake talked about work, his divorce from wife number 2, and Lisa's latest yoga guru. I nodded, but my eyes kept snagging on his hands, broad palms, thick fingers, a silver wedding band he twisted when he lied. "You're quiet," he noted, swigging his beer. "Just tired," I lied back. He smirked. "Bullshit, you've been jumpy since you got here." My face burned. Could he tell? I pretended to sleep until the house fell silent. Then, barefoot, I crept to the kitchen for water. That's when I saw it. His bedroom door, slightly ajar. Golden light spilled onto the hallway carpet. He's awake, I thought, but as I tiptoed closer, I heard only deep, even breaths. Heart pounding, I peered inside. Jake was sprawled on his back, one arm flung over his head, sheets tangled at his waist. And there, in the dim glow of the nightstand lamp, his broccoli, fully exposed, resting against his thigh. I froze. He always slept naked. I'd heard Lisa joke about it, but seeing it? Thick, uncut, softer than I'd imagined. My mouth went dry. A floorboard creaked under my foot. I gasped, jerking back, but Jake didn't stir. Just sighed and rolled onto his side, his broccoli now hidden in shadow. I fled. Back in the guest room, I pressed my thighs together, shame and arousal warring in my gut. "It was an accident," I told the mirror. "You didn't mean to see that." But my reflection smirked. Liar. The next morning, Jake whistled while flipping pancakes. "Sleep okay?" he asked. Too casual. "Yeah," I mumbled, avoiding his eyes. He slid a plate toward me, his voice dropping. "Funny thing, I could have sworn I heard my door close last night." My fork clattered. He knew. And worse, his grin said he didn't mind. Jake's smirk haunted me through breakfast. Every bite of pancake stuck in my throat. He knows, but he didn't say it. Just sipped his coffee, eyes glinting over the rim like he was waiting for me to crack. I cleared my throat. "So, about that porch repair." "Plenty of time for that," he interrupted, leaning back in his chair. His sweatpants rolled lower, revealing a trail of dark hair below his navel. My gaze flicked away, but not fast enough. His grin widened. I spent the afternoon helping him in the garage, mostly handing him tools while he shirtlessly sanded wood, muscles flexing under a sheen of sweat. "Hold this," he said, passing me a plank. Our fingers brushed. A jolt shot up my arm. Accidental. But then it happened again. And again. By the 5th accidental touch, I was dizzy with want. That night, I concocted my plan. After Jake retreated to his room, I waited, counted to 300, then realized I'd left my phone in the garage. "Jake?" I called, knocking lightly on his door. No answer. I pushed it open. There he was, just like last night, sprawled on his back, sheets kicked off, his broccoli half hot in the moonlight. Oh, God. This time I didn't run. I crept closer. Close enough to smell his cologne mixed with sleep sweat, close enough to see the vein running along his length. My hand hovered. Just one touch. A floorboard groaned. I froze. Jake's breathing hitched. Oh no. He's waking up, I bolted. Back in my room, I pressed my ear to the wall, listening. Silence. Then, footsteps. My door handle jiggled. Hey. Jake's voice rumbled through the wood. You awake? I held my breath. After a beat, he sighed. Good night. His footsteps faded. I exhaled. He knew. And this time, he'd followed. Next morning, Jake was already at the table, scrolling his phone. Sleep well? He asked, without looking up. Yep. I grabbed the orange juice. He finally glanced at me. Funny, I could have sworn someone was in my room last night. The carton slipped from my hand, splashing OJ everywhere. Jake chuckled, tossing me a towel. Clumsy today, huh? His eyes locked onto mine as I bent to wipe the floor, lingering on the neckline of my loose pajama top. Game on. We spent the day in charged silence. Him stretching after, fixing the porch, which was fine, his shirt riding up. Me dropping my napkin at dinner, bending extra slow. By sunset, the air between us crackled. That night, I didn't pretend to sleep. I went straight to his door, pushed it open, and this time, he was waiting. Propped against the headboard, covers pooled at his waist, his broccoli fully awake now. Took you long enough, he murmured. I stepped inside. Jake patted the mattress. Scared? Of you? I forced a laugh. His hand snaked out, grabbing my wrist. Then prove it. As he yanked me onto the bed, my phone buzzed. Aunt Lisa's name flashed on the screen. Coming home early. Miss you both. Jake's grip tightened. Ignore it. But the spell was broken. I wrenched free. She'll be here in 6 hours. His smile turned dangerous. Plenty of time. 6 hours. I should have run, should have laughed it off. But the way his thumb stroked my pulse point said he already knew I wouldn't. Tick-tock, he murmured. My body betrayed me, leaning in before my brain could protest. Jake didn't kiss me. Instead, he guided my hand to his broccoli, his breath hot in my ear. Curious little thing, aren't you? I expected softness, but under my fingers it was firm, velvety, alive, throbbing when I accidentally squeezed. Jake hissed. Easy, like this. He wrapped his calloused hand around mine, showing me the rhythm. Up, down, a twist at the tip that made his hips jerk. See? You're a natural, he gritted out. Pride surged through me, until I realized I was enjoying this too much. Now get on your knees, Jake ordered, nudging me off the bed. The carpet scratched my bare legs as I knelt. Up close, his broccoli smelled musky, salty. My stomach fluttered. Open, he said, tapping my lips. I hesitated. He raised an eyebrow, scared. That word again. Damn him. I parted my lips. B-Z. My phone vibrated across the nightstand. Lisa again. Flight's delayed. Be home by noon tomorrow. Jake snatched the phone and tossed it aside. Told you. Plenty of time. Then he fisted my hair and pulled. After, as I caught my breath, Jake dragged me to the full-length mirror in the corner. Look, he commanded, standing behind me, his broccoli pressing against my back. See how pretty you are when you're messy? My reflection stared back. Swollen lips, wild hair, Jake's bite marks blooming on my neck. I was pretty, and I hated that it thrilled me. We dozed off, tangled together. Until the doorbell rang at 3 a.m. Jake bolted upright. "What now, Jake?" A woman's voice carried upstairs. "Jake, you up? I forgot my key." Not Lisa, someone worse, Marla, his nosy neighbor who borrowed sugar at midnight. I scrambled for my clothes as Jake yelled, "Be right down." He caught me at the bedroom door. "Tomorrow, same time." It wasn't a question. I nodded, heart hammering. As I crept down the hall, Marla's shrill laugh floated up the stairs. "Were you sleeping? At your age?" Sunlight exposed everything. The hickey I couldn't hide. The way Jake's pinky kept brushing mine at breakfast. Marla winked at me over coffee. "You kids sleep okay? I barely shut my eyes last night." Jake choked on his toast. That night, I locked my door. At 1 a.m., a scratch at the wood, like a fingernail dragging down. "Open up," Jake whispered. Or should I tell Lisa about her special niece? My blood turned to ice. He wouldn't. Would he? Aunt Lisa's text glowed between us like a warning sign. 6 hours. Jake's fingers traced my knee. "Plenty of time," he repeated, voice rough. I should have run, but his touch burned through my pajama pants, and my traitorous body leaned in. "She'll know," I whispered. He smirked. "Only if you tell her." Then his lips crashed into mine. I'd imagined this 1,000 times, but reality was better. The scratch of his stubble, the way his broccoli pressed against my thigh, hot and heavy, his hands, God, his hands, tugging my hair to expose my throat. "You've been teasing me all weekend," he growled, biting my collarbone. "Now it's my turn." When he peeled off my top, I expected guilt. Instead, hunger. After, as we lay tangled in sweaty sheets, Jake set the terms. 1. No texts. Lisa checked his phone. 2. Locked doors only. 3. If it feels risky, stop. I nodded, tracing the tattoo on his chest, a faded eagle from his Navy days. "This can't be love," he said suddenly. My fingers stilled. I know. It was something darker. Addiction. 2 weeks later, I visited again, while Lisa was at a spa day. Jake had me bent over the kitchen counter when knock, knock, knock. We froze. "Jake, you home?" Mrs. Perkins, another neighbor. His grip on my hips tightened. "Ignore it." But then, "I see your truck. I've got your Amazon package." I scrambled for my clothes as Jake hissed, "Pantry, now." I crouched behind cereal boxes, heart pounding, as he answered the door. Did she notice his excitement? That night, I stared at Lisa's Instagram. Her hugging Jake at their wedding. She trusts him. She trusts me. My stomach churned, but when Jake texted back porch, 2 I am, I still went. Over dinner, she gushed about her life-changing retreat, while Jake's foot crept up my calf under the table. Then, "Babe, your phone's buzzing." Lisa reached for Jake's pocket. He intercepted her hand. "Just work." But I had seen the screen. My name. Lisa's smile faltered. 3 I am. My phone lit up. Jake had sent message. "She knows something." "How?" I asked. "She asked if you've been acting weird." Then, a new message. "Sweetie, can we talk tomorrow? Just us girls." The screen blurred. "Game over." My fingers trembled as I typed back. "Of course." "Everything okay?" 3 dots appeared, disappeared, then, "I'd just really like to see you." No emoji, no XOXO, just cold, unreadable words. Across the hall, Jake's door creaked open. His shadow loomed in my doorway, backlit by the bathroom light. "She knows," he mouthed. We met in the garage at 3 a.m. like criminals. Jake's hands were ice cold as he gripped my shoulder. "Listen to me," Whatever she asks, deny it. But what if she deny it? His breath smelled like whiskey and fear. I love her. This was just fun. The words gutted me. Fun! I yanked away. You used me. His laugh was bitter. You wanted to be used. A car passed outside, headlights slicing through the garage window. We froze like deer, clutching each other, hearts slamming in sync. For one insane second, I thought he'd kiss me again. Instead, he walked away. Lisa picked a cafe 10 miles from home. Neutral territory. She looked exhausted. No makeup, hair in a messy bun, nursing a chamomile tea like it was medicine. You look beautiful, I blurted. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Jake's been distant. I stirred my latte so hard it sloshed. Work stress? Maybe. She studied me. Talks in his sleep now. Says your name. The spoon clattered against the cup. Lisa leaned in. Tell me I'm imagining things. The lie stuck in my throat. Then, her phone buzzed. A photo notification. Jake and Lisa 5 years ago today. Her face crumpled. Oh God, it's really happening again. Lisa kicked Jake out that night. He showed up at my apartment, duffel bag in hand. Happy now? I slammed the door in his face. But at 2 a.m., I found him passed out in my hallway, reeking of tequila. I draped a blanket over him, like the pathetic idiot I was. His hand shot out, grabbing my ankle. Stay. For the first time, I sought regret. I pulled free. You don't get to ask for anything. 3 months later, Jake called. Meet me at the lake house. One last talk. I went, because closure is a lie we tell ourselves to feel in control. He looked older, grayer, still unfairly handsome in that faded navy hoodie. We sat on the dock, feet dangling over the water. I'm filing for divorce, he said. I didn't react. Not because of you, he added. We've been broken for years. A fish jumped, rippling the sunset's reflection. Was I just another midlife crisis? I asked. He finally looked at me. You were the crisis I didn't see coming. Lisa texted me a year later. He's dating a 24-year-old bartender. Some people never change. I didn't reply. But that night, I dreamt of Jake's hands, his laugh, the way he'd whisper mine when we thought no one could hear. I woke up sweating, and for the first time in months, I didn't miss him. I missed who I'd been before him. Thanks for sticking by to this extent. Want more unfaithful and cheating stories? Hit the subscribe button, like, and share for more.